This is Speck, and this is Blue Eyes because of his eyes. Be careful, there's a puddle there. This whole place was our playground. We herded sheep here, and our sheep used to like to graze in there because we sheared the sheep and then card it, spin, and learn how to put the twine back and forth, and so from our grandparents. So we call this bin inchish, which helps you divide the line that goes up and down.
As a Navajo family, we have a lot of livestock, especially sheep. And way back when we were children, we were the ones that, took care of the sheep out in the fields. And everything was open. There was no fencing, nothing. This is before the mines came in. And when the mines did come in, well, at first it was the exploratory drillers that came in. That's how the damage started. They would drill here and there wherever they were assigned, leave puddles of muck or blue muck that they drilled out from the ground and left it. The sheep would go there sometimes to get the water out of those places, and some would maybe even just fall in. And that kind of thing happened. And nobody ever really noticed that something was happening.
Promoting all this activity is the Atomic Energy Commission. The government needs uranium and helps you to find it. As always, the good old American incentive system works best.
Toward the north is the Kerr-McGee mine or Kerbera mine. That's where all the tailing waste is. There's a bridge right there. There was an old bridge that was fixed by the miners. And there's a arroyo going down right here. And that comes from Northeast Church Rock. As we were kids, we used to play in there, and our livestock would drink it too. At one time, we butchered sheep. We took it apart, and inside, where the tummy is, where all the fats cover it, it was yellow. It was all yellow, so we didn't use that. And then another time, there was a goat just standing there, so I went and walked over there, and it was having a little goat kid. And it came out, and when it stood up, the little goat, it had no hair. And I was just surprised looking at it. What happened here? And then it didn't live very long, but 15, 30 minutes, and it died.
The cornfield was down here, the filtering ponds. They released that water into the cornfields. Some corn, it didn't grow, so the soil probably has been affected. The miners used to say, "We're doing this for the country." There was a word that they use for the Cold War effort is what they called it, because they were making weapons out of those things.
At control stations, all is ready. Now. This is bomb number 6, a new atomic weapon, not an improvement of an old design. The 5 bombs set off in New Mexico, over Japan, and at Bikini are, in scientific terms, already ancient history. The flash of bomb number 6 is seen by shipboard observers. And here is bomb number 7. Seen from a different angle, its death-dealing radioactive cloud spreads for miles above the Pacific.
I myself worked down in the mines alongside the miners. And I was the one with the ore control instrument, pokey. There's a 4th floor and the 5th floor underground. We were assigned to certain areas. And I remember I had to do this before lunch. I would go to each of the miners and ask them what they're going to be doing. And then they expect you before lunch if they're going to blast. And we would take measurements and all that before the blast. And after the blast, after lunch, usually we would grate the ore or what they blasted out of the pillars. Sometimes if there wasn't any water in the lunchroom, people would drink the water that was coming out of the mine off the pillars, and that's what they would drink. We did get a safety training, but mostly it was for the physical side of the mine, not your health.